Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 755.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about should you access emergency funds from your retirement funds? And this is a question you might be asking because people are looking for different options in this age of maybe losing your job, or maybe being put on a furlough, or maybe not being able to work for some reason. Maybe you got COVID and you've been sick. There's all kinds of circumstances that different people have. But let's talk about whether or not you want to tap your retirement funds. And let's talk about the options that you have with that under the different acts that have been passed. So this is an article from CNBC.com. It was written by Jill Cornfield, and it says, if you need money, you might be thinking about those funds you've socked away for retirement. Well, there's good news, maybe. If you're financially impacted by COVID-19, you can take up to $100,000 in emergency funds from your individual retirement account or 401k plan through the end of 2020. In addition, if you're younger than 59 and a half, you won't have to pay the usual 10% early distribution penalty on such withdrawals. That's courtesy of the CARES Act, the federal coronavirus relief law enacted in March. Before the pandemic, you were able to take out only $50,000 or 50% of your retirement account, whichever was less. A retirement plan withdrawal or loan may seem like a great way to get a cash infusion, but here's how to think through the decision. First, you will lose out on future gains. Let's say you have 10 years of compounding, says Thomas Henske, a certified financial planner with Lennox Advisors in New York. Your money would double given a 7% rate of return over that time. In other words, if left untouched, your $100,000 could eventually add up to nearly $200,000. Research shows that people who didn't tap retirement funds during the Great Recession had better financial recoveries. Another important factor, taxes, is a big gotcha, says Chad Parks, founder and CEO of retirement plan provider Ubiquity Retirement and Savings in San Francisco. Just because they're waiving the penalty doesn't mean they're waiving the taxes, he said. A recent change allows you to repay the taxes over 3 years, but it's still a good idea to sketch out how you'll make the payments. Borrowing from your 401k is a better strategy than early withdrawal. If you need only a month's expenses, it's better to borrow and then quickly put the money back in your account, Henske says. Try tapping a home equity line of credit if you already have one established. Parks recommends researching your options for unemployment benefits. The $600 a week federal unemployment benefit ends soon. If your original claim is running out, you can reapply for benefits. Most states are offering additional weeks of benefits during this period of high unemployment. The strategy to help you get through a few months and preserve your savings is similar to making a budget in normal times. First, calculate the minimum you need to get through a month. Mortgage or rent, transportation, food, routine medical expenses, and utilities. Compare that number with any income. Subtract your expenses and see if the result is positive or negative. If negative, figure out how much you need to make it a positive number. Next, check statements from all your credit card accounts to see how much available credit you have. It's impossible to know how long the current situation could last, but Parks believes it is safe to plan on covering your deficit for at least 6 months. You'll either find another job or get some government assistance, or your job may be restored, Parks said. Don't think you're never going to have another source of income. If you have $15,000 in available credit and a monthly shortfall of $1,000, that could mean 15 months of runway, Parks says. You'll pay interest, but you have to promise yourself that you will immediately turn around and pay it down. This strategy works best if you commit to paying the balance down as soon as life and finances become more stable. Say you need $10,000. I guarantee you've got $10,000 on a credit card, or at least a few of them cumulatively, Parks said. It's a short-term thing to get you through. If 6 months passes and you're still facing a cash crunch, repeat the income/expenses exercise. You may then decide to dig into retirement savings, but leave that as a last resort. The last reason to tamper as little as possible with your retirement money, Park says, is a worst-case scenario. If someone finds they need to go through bankruptcy, a qualified retirement account offered by an employer, such as a 401k or a 403b, is a protected asset that cannot be touched by creditors. End of article. All right, so that gives you some good advice in case you've been wondering whether you want to access your retirement funds or not. I will post a link to this article in the show notes so you can take a look at it. And it does have some nice links and other connections to other websites that you can take a look at. If you haven't yet subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as new podcasts are available so you never miss one of them. And right now we have our review contest going, our summer sizzle promotion, and you could win one of 25 prizes. 10 of my You're Already a Wealth Heiress books, signed by me, 10 of my Wealthy Mindset Blueprint audio sets, valued at $197, so you can get that wealthy mindset you've always wanted, step 1 of the 6 steps to wealth. And 5 people will win a 30-minute one-on-one wealth mentoring session with me. All you need to do is leave a podcast review on iTunes. Just write a short little sentence is all I need. It doesn't have to be long. But make sure that you have an identifiable name, whether it's a name or a code name. Just make sure you have a name so that when I call out your name, you recognize it. Because some people are leaving reviews, but they aren't leaving a name. And if you've read the Wealth Heiress book or listened to the audiobook, if you leave a book review on Amazon, that will get your name in the drawing 2 times. And I'll announce the winners on August 31st, so mark your calendars to tune in that day and find out if you've won something. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.